Yo,
Good morning.
good morning, dude. We already started, by the way.
Hello?
Hi,
Hi,
we hear you.
Oh my god, I overslept.
it's
I
okay.
knew it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
okay.
cool.
Okay. We kind of just started, son.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
we're right now in like logistics mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all logistics right now. But they have this is the outline of their plan. So they've contacted Darfin, and Darfin basically asked a couple of questions like how wide is the pedestal, how heavy, so on and so forth. And in 30 minutes, he's going to be bringing a team to help transport this.
Got it.
Yeah. And
However,
then,
There's a dragon who may or may not be getting more impatient, and now Rico asked Torm to help out with distracting the dragon for half an hour.
Okay. Is he going to? Torm?
Yeah,
yeah.
he asked a follower to aid with that, and a couple of minutes later, Rico, you kind of hear Cephalos saying, Rico Bishop, there seems
Yeah.
to be a storm brewing in this direction.
Oh, nice. I explained to Cephalusk. I asked one of the other gods to distract this dragon. I tell him like I need you all to hide and wait for half an hour. There will be an extraction point within the caves themselves.
He says, very well then. We will head inside and try to hide.
Okay,
But
good.
expect us to do this in a few minutes, for we are waiting for the fog of the clouds to hide our like going in basically.
That-
Hey Wayne, what
that-
are you gonna say?
That includes the caravanners. They're gonna come in also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I asked Darfin if he could open a gate to he can cast gate to create a portal so we can all pass through into it. And then I also asked Darfin to send a team of wizards to cast the reduce spell on the Mythalar so that we can animate it and move it around with telekinesis set so
Got
it
it.
can fit with
Thank goodness. Cooperation at its finest. I love it.
then
I think with animate object, you can just tell it to like walk through the gate.
yeah, it can hover through the gate, yeah, but we can also like make it move faster by grabbing it with
So we're giving it a gentle push.
yeah, a gentle nudge, in the right direction.
Alright. So, I think more or less you have a good plan here. So, yeah, let's go ahead with that. This is pretty much an auto success already, because like all of the foundations have been laid out. Dante, so I mean, do you want to chime in? You didn't have a chance to a while ago.
Yeah. Maybe there's a spell you have that can help.
Yeah.
Is Darfin good with keeping the Mythalar?
I didn't ask him that yet. I was hoping we'd discuss it like when we
Like-
have the Mythalar in his house.
Like
or
how does
something.
he and the other harpers feel about the existence of the Mythalar? Or like finding out that it exists.
Well, right now, I mean, now you don't have a way of communicating with him. The only thing you seem to see is that he's hurrying up with this, because in the previous message, you would have also been around for this. Rico said that there's a dragon that he's trying to keep the Mythalar away from. And then his immediate response to that is, I can help. So you're not sure what his objective here is, but he says that he's here to help.
Got it.
Yeah.
Actually, like I would have actually asked the Nosa Dante. Do you
And
think
Dante,
we
you
can...
also have a sending stone to him, Mansad, so you can also communicate with him if you wish.
Nice.
Okay. Maybe Dante will communicate to him in secret then.
Okay.
Okay, sure. The harpers are the vibes. I understand.
Yeah, he'll probably like if Dante feels like, someone might eavesdrop on their conversation, he'll speak in ciphers or in thieves' cant or whatever.
Yeah, and I think you would have taught your master this so that you can kind of code words each other, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, sure.
So I ask him like how maybe ask him like, so Daphne, how do you feel of this mythalar and the existence of this netherese artifact?
Alright. And he responds, I very much do not like it. However, if it falls into the hands of a dragon, I do not think that it is a good thing for the realm.
If we cannot manage to, oh wait, no, I cannot sending again, no, with the sending stone because I can only use it once a day.
Yeah, you can only use it once a day, but your your master is a smart man, so a minute or two later he realizes that you're not sending again. So he'll say, you can respond to this message, Dante. Furthermore, I do not have a place where I think we can keep it safe right now. Think of this together.
If we cannot figure that out sooner, we still have the option to destroy it.
Ooh. Then he responds, I agree with that plan. Do you have an idea of how to destroy this thing?
I might have an idea.
Okay. And then he responds, very well then. I will consider this something that you will take care of and have responsibility over.
And Dante doesn't respond anymore.
Okay. There you go. So, after that conversation, you kind of come back. And then I guess you're just waiting for Darfin to open the portal at this point.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to do anything else before that happens?
I can help Cinna like grab as many like of the Thessalud metals.
The
So
solid
that-
metals.
Yeah, the
Okay,
solid metal.
sure. And then the two Thaluds that survived, they kind of just like ignore the fact that you're getting the weapons of their fallen brethren.
Yeah.
And they also like go. They kind of like dig themselves underground. You don't know where they're heading now, but yeah, they kind of like are like their own way now.
Okay. Okay.
They did say, however, at the end, like, we entrust that the Mythalar will come back to us.
Okay. I will.
least
I'll make
stay-
sure it does.
Are they staying here?
Yeah.
No, they're getting out of there.
Okay.
Oh, I thought they're staying here. Where are they going? I asked them, where are you going?
They say there are all their treasures that our kind guards, so we will be going to where the rest of our kind are.
Okay. While we were, I tell my party members, I tell them, after we bring this over to Darfin, I was thinking we could find, with his help, we can find a way to keep this mythalar away from the material plane. Maybe dump it somewhere. Maybe dump it in one of the divine realms of the gods so they can keep watch over it. And then when the time is right, we can maybe return the mythalar to the Thaluds as promised. What do you guys think?
Cinna's gonna look a little unsure, and she says, "Which god would accept Mythalar? Would it be Torm?"
Well, I'm hoping Torm would, because he is the god of paladins and trust, and all the good traits of a knight is kind of within his domain. So I trust him with my life that he would never abuse the mythalar and protect it.
I really can't imagine keeping this thing, and she like waves at the Mythalar, anywhere
Yeah.
on our plane that would be safe. Even if this blue dragon didn't know where it was, something else would get wind of it and try to get it.
But the thing is, if we're able to convince one worm to keep it in his divine realm, planar travel, he could prevent planar travel to his divine realm as well. So I don't know. It'd have to be a really huge threat that could be able to breach through his divine realm just to steal it. So
Like another god.
Yeah, but that's another whole problem if that happens. So what do you guys think?
Because there are still like other people around and the Salud are also there. Dante just continues to agree with the plan, and then he's just gonna say, let's first solve the issue of transportation. Yes.
Yeah, getting out of here.
My immediate concern now is taking care of the caravanners.
Yeah, I explained to Dante, like, Cephalus told me that there's a storm brewing that's distracting the dragon. Once it becomes foggy enough, we can have the caravanners and everyone else run to the city so they can come here and we can cross the port.
Cool. Cool.
Alrighty. So, okay. Everyone is gathering about. A couple of minutes later, the caravanners are coming in.
Nice.
Yeah. They kind of had to abandon all of the big stuff though, because they're not gonna be able to bring everything in with how the interior is designed.
Yeah.
So they left behind some of the bigger stuff. They were able to bring all of their horses and stuff with them though.
That's good. That's good.
Alright. And you reunite with Cephalosk and the caravanners. Some of the people who fought with Fenrir are also around.
Nice.
Alrighty, and then a couple of minutes later, you see that a portal opens up near the location where you communicated with Darfin, because that was the
Right
only
on
spot
time.
that he saw.
Nice. Punctual.
Indeed, right on time. In fact, he was a bit earlier. You expected the 30-minute mark. He came at like the 28th minute.
Oh, very good. Even better.
Heck yeah. Alright, and then after that, he brought like a whole bunch of people with him. Some look super muscular AF. One of them is a large-looking humanoid. Looks like he got like enlarged first before going into the portal.
Nice.
Yeah. Like he's got 3 other mages with him in case you needed some more like support.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he says, I assume that's the Mythalar, pointing towards the big thing in the pedestal there.
Yeah, it's like, yes, that's the one. We better move quick before the distraction is done.
Yeah, and then this is the first time that Darfin notices that there are caravanners And he's like, "You did not tell me about these people during our conversation." And then he basically motions everyone to hurry up to go through the portal.
Yeah.
Says, "It's a good thing I brought other mages."
Cinna will
I
help
told
usher the caravanners through the portal.
I apologized to Darf and I told him my apologies. I was more concerned with getting the elephant in the room out of the way, with the whole metal lore.
He says, "Very well then. But I must remind you, this gate does not lead to where we came from. We had to go to another plane first before we could go here."
Okay, got it.
Then I'll open a different teleportation circle for the caravanners to go through.
He says, "Very well. Thank you, Dante. We shall meet again in this spot." He just basically says a spot. Where do you guys want to meet, actually? You have a chance to decide where.
Is there another like area near the Anarok Desert, like especially the one near the Shadowfell entrance?
Okay. Well, there's a couple of settlements, but like the ones with a teleportation circle that's permanent, it's pretty far off. Like, remember in the beginning of this, I was saying that the closest one was Mithranor.
Yeah.
For the teleportation circle. So, yeah, that's like basically the same banana there.
Would the caravanners appreciate to go there? But if they were crossing the Anarok Desert, would they have wanted to go to an opposite end of the desert?
Yeah, they mentioned that they wanted to go to Parnast, which is all the way west.
There's a permanent teleportation circle there.
Oh, there's not. Parnast is too small for that sort of thing to be warranted.
How about any of the towns past Parnast? Like even
and
further
the
west.
ones past that, let's see. Well, I guess Waterdeep would have one. That's really, really far west. You can like propose to them to go to Waterdeep.
I'll ask the caravanners or one of the leaders that I can create a teleportation circle for you and the rest of the caravanners. I can make it back to Mithranor or make one all the way to Waterdeep. Where would you prefer?
Well, you get kind of like a mixed vote. So some people will say they prefer going to Mithranor. Others will say, well, majority will say going to Waterdeep.
Then Dante will say Waterdeep it is. He starts beginning his teleportation circle, but before he does, he tells Darfin that as soon as I'm done here, I will enter the gate.
Wait, what's the casting time of teleportation circle? Isn't it 1 minute? Let me check. Teleportation circle. Dude, it's 1 minute. That's gonna be the entire duration of gate if you do that.
Then wait for me.
You'll have to do a second casting basically then. Okay. He says, very well.
Yeah.
Okay, you cast teleportation circle for 1 round. So that's going to get as many people who can jump in 1 round. You might have to cast it a couple of times, but yeah, in either case. Are you going with them, by the way, or like you just open the portal for them to go through?
I can't go with them because then we'll have to meet. No. Okay,
Yeah.
we might as well establish a rendezvous point then.
Sure, you're talking about this while the gate is open and the minute is passing. So, where do you rendezvous point?
Let's meet at. Man, I don't know. The Citadel. That's all I can think of.
Your citadel. It doesn't have a permanent portal, by the way, but yeah, you can rendezvous there.
Dante just says that he wants to go to the Shadowfell, so he knows that there's an entrance here in the Anarok Desert. But maybe Darfin has an idea, like a different entrance somewhere else, where there's a teleportation circle nearer to that one.
Ah, okay. He says, I do know of a place, but we shall talk about that later, my pupil.
Okay, well, the teleportation circle I tend to create goes to Waterdeep.
Okay. So it goes to Waterdeep. And are you going with the caravanners, or are you just letting them go through?
I will go with the caravanners to make sure they're okay.
Alright. So as many of the people who wanted to go there will go through there. The others who decide that they don't want to go to Waterdeep for whatever reason are gonna go through the gate instead. And they go to a plane that this is a first experience for them. They've never been to another plane. Yeah. Okay. So Dante will be a bit separated from the group for a while. Rico and Cinna, where will you be heading? Because there are two directions to head now.
I'll go with Darfin and ensure the Mythalar is,
Cinna will go with Rico because she's going to be animating the object to go. It's gonna go basically the Mythalar is gonna go with Darfin for now, so she wants to stay there to help keep casting animate object if needed.
Right.
All right. Okay. So I guess I'd like to clarify: are you bringing only the Mythalar and not the stand?
Yeah, just the Mythalar, because I don't think we can shrink the stand itself as well.
Yeah, just making sure.
You can't?
Yeah, because it's gargantuan.
Like by parts, like you got a chance to look at it. It's like fixed parts basically. So even if you were to shrink one, then
Can while all of this is happening in the 30 minutes, can Cinna just basically study the stand to
make a small
analyze
one?
Yeah, to make basically a replica of it when they move, when she goes to Darfin's place.
Ah, okay. Can you make a... what kind of check would this be? I guess this would be an intelligence check.
Oh no, she's not very smart.
Can I give her guidance for that?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Add the D4.
15.
Okay, you kind of get the general idea of how to replicate this. It might not be perfect though.
Hey, you know what? We'll take anything.
We'll take anything. Yeah, you kind of were smart enough to take a little chunk of it out with whatever you could so that you can examine it further. So there you go. You have the alloy there. Okay. So what happens is while you are discussing a rendezvous point, which is it really going to be the Citadel?
No, he wants though in some town near the... Oh no, but Darfin didn't even tell us what the town is.
Yeah, maybe he'll tell us later.
Yeah, I think we can cast sending and tell him where, right? That's still...
That's true also.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, in that case, you'll decide a rendezvous point later. So you're all just hurrying the F up. So time is running out, but with the help of shrinking the Mythalar and using animate objects for it to move around, the big burly guy was like, "Oh, I don't have any job to do."
No, just nudge it. Just nudge it.
Stand there and look pretty.
touch what? He can't touch the thing, or at least that's what he heard. Like he can't touch the thing, so it's like, well then, okay. He just kind of like with his big burly body tries to help the other caravanners go through.
There we go.
All right. Okay. So Dante is with some of the caravanners in Waterdeep right now. I'll thank you for bringing them here, even though this isn't exactly where they wanted to be. And then, yeah, most of them are safe. All of them are safe. And then Rico and Cinna on your side. Or did you want to say something, Dante?
No, it's okay. Just wanted to make sure that they're okay. They know their way to Parnas from Waterdeep. Do they need any money, whatever?
Some of them say, well, only some of us wanted to drop off in Parnas. Others wanted to go a bit further west. So we can take it from here.
Okay. And Dante just make sure that everyone's okay. While also waiting around for any sort of sending from Darfin. But if it takes a while, he'll cast a sending spell himself later on.
Okay. You have a sending spell prepared, or you're just gonna like prepare it later? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So with that in mind, Rico and Cinna, you both are now. It seems like you're in the ethereal plane right now.
Oh.
Yeah, like Darfin wanted it to be a plane that it had to be a plane not from here, but also not hostile. So he went with the ethereal plane. Although, depending on where you are in the ethereal plane, it can be hostile. But he went to a place where it's not harmful.
Okay.
Yep. And then, with that...
I'm just wondering, like, how the hell are we able to breathe here?
He doesn't give a response because he quickly tells the other mage to cast the gate going to... Where would he be right now? I'm taking a look at the map. He tells him to make a gate going towards... Baldur's Gate. Yeah, sure. Alright, so... You all see that the gate is opening in Baldur's Gate right now. Or no, it can be anywhere in the plane actually. Since it's a gate. He knows that Dante went to Waterdeep. Okay, he'll go to Daggerford.
Ooh.
Kind of like in the outskirts of Daggerford. Alright, so you all end up being there with the Mythalar close in tow. And also the caravanners. Cinnabar, the caravanners also helped you out with picking up those metal hammer things because they noticed that you were trying to gather them up, so they were like, oh, okay, well, let's be helpful then. They gathered up somewhere.
Cinna thanks them, and then she says, you drop by the forge if you ever are in town. If you're ever around, I'll give you a discount. Don't tell Rico.
Don't tell Rico. Nice one, Cinna. I didn't know you were capable of this kind of subterfuge. Learning something new about my PCs every day.
She has a soft spot for people who are like moving around away from home, especially like caravanners. So she has a soft spot for them.
Aww. There you go. Alright. Okay. So y'all are safe. You're all far, far away from the desert right now.
And the dragon.
And the dragon. And yeah, you managed to get the Mythalar out, but only the Mythalar, so you're gonna have to figure out what to do with it now, and like how to transport it. But the good news is that the dragon doesn't get his grubby hands on it, and you have a Mythalar now.
Okay. And so we're in Daggerford right now.
You're on the outskirts of Daggerford. Darfin thought it wasn't a good idea to just bring a big ass ball of magic that's not doing anything right now,
Yeah.
like inside the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Daggerford's where Darfin's from, no?
Yeah. That's why he decided like this is probably the best place to put it. He has a lot of contacts here.
Mm.
I tell Darfin, thank you so much, Lord Darfin, for removing this from the dragon.
So the Mythallar is like what? Just like on the floor?
Yeah, it's kind of like rolling on the grass right now, just having
Decimating
some mud
everything.
gathering on it. Oh no way.
Oh.
Like, so Dante, you didn't see this a while ago because you weren't here, but like, Rico tried throwing a rock at the Mythallar that's deactivated, and it didn't melt the rock, man.
Ah, okay.
So when it's inactive, it's not, you know, it
Yeah.
doesn't do anything.
It won't melt your face off, yeah.
If it activates, it just like burns through the ground and into the core and like kills us all.
Yeah. Faerun just explodes.
Yeah.
Dude. So yeah, right now while it's inactive, because like I was wondering when people would try and experiment throwing something at it to see if it burns it.
Hmm.
And well, it finally happened this session. So yeah, like right now it's just lying on the floor, and Darfin at this moment thanks all of the mages and the strong dude who came along with him.
Yeah.
He kind of like just makes sure that the caravanners have money to compensate for being so deviated from their path.
Yeah.
So he sends them their way wherever they wish to be. And then yeah, like Darfin now at this point will message Dante and say, I'm in Daggerford and the Mythallar is secure.
Dante just says, "Of course you are." And then he'll if I don't think there's a teleportation circle there, no?
No, but then on horseback, let's see, on horseback here. On horseback, it will take you quite a while actually. So like, Darfin says like, where are you? So if you tell him you're in Waterdeep, he'll say, maybe let's just rendezvous there then.
Yeah. I told him we went to Waterdeep earlier when I was making the teleportation circle.
Ah, yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
he will just make a teleportation circle for you all to rendezvous there.
Is the big dude still around and those mages?
Yeah, they are, but they're about to like pack their things up and go their own way.
Okay, all right. Before like they leave, can Cinna sort of like ask them to help her just make a very makeshift stand? Not even like it's not even a stand. It's just a whole bunch of logs crafted in a way to like wedge it so the Mythallar doesn't roll around.
Right.
And we get like this cartoonish, you know, sequence of it just rolling around Faerun. So it's just going to be like logs wedging it, so that it's in place.
They get your point. So they kind of like make a makeshift saddle in a way, like something to just neatly tug it inside so that you can transport it on wheels.
Cool. Awesome. Yes. So Cinna will be doing that.
Yeah, they gather up the materials, and I think you have fabricate ready, probably.
Yes.
So yeah, you fabricate using the spell to make something of a wheelbarrow of sorts. So yeah, okay. You now have a way of rolling it around without it rolling around aimlessly.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, at this point though, they do go their separate ways.
Yeah.
And then they all say to Darfin, well, now you owe us a favor. And he's like, yes, I do owe you a favor. Don't worry. And yeah, they go their way. And then Darfin tells the two of you, well then, I think it's time to rendezvous with Dante.
Right. Let's go.
Do we
Yeah,
bring
well
the
then.
Mithlar with us?
He says, yes, I think it's a good idea for us to bring it with us. However, and then he kind of like brings out a big piece of cloth. He wraps it over the Mythalar. He says, we shall try to hide the fact that we have such a thing with us.
Absolutely.
Alright.
Then Cinna will she'll use another animate object spell, and she'll cast it on the makeshift wheelbarrow so that it wheels itself.
So that it
Nice.
wheels itself. Barrow itself would have to be. It would have to be gargantuan as well.
Ah, damn it. Okay, I forgot gargantuan. Never mind.
Yeah, because like after the reduce and enlarge spell like ends, it will have to be. Yeah, it will have to be its
Got it,
full
got it, got it.
size. Yeah.
It's still small pa man kaha, no?
Oh, what's small?
Is the Mythalar, did it go back to its normal size?
Yeah, it went back because enlarge reduce lasts 1 minute only.
Ah, okay.
So there you go. Alright. That was like a series of spells being combined to move this thing around. Coordination.
Yeah, it's the power of logistics.
While we head to rendezvous with Dante, I discussed with Darfin like we need to find a way to keep this away from this plane actually, and actually I'm not against destroying it either. I mean, I know I promised the Thaluds, but I hope they understand in their hearts.
He kind of just responds like, we will do what we need to do to defend the realm, so if it comes down to that, then yes, we will indeed destroy it. So, okay, at that point, he finishes the casting time of his teleportation circle. And he says, well then, everyone, let's get through.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright. So you all go through. I think he casts enlarge reduce one more time so that it can fit through the damn thing. Yeah. Alright. And then yeah, you all reach the other side, and after a bit of communication here and there to rendezvous, you guys meet up in an inn. And Dante, you reunite with your party and your master.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's okay. I just sit in like one of the chairs of the inn, and I'm just like, this is an exhausting thing.
Cinna slumped back in a chair, and she was like, we just finished a battle and moving basically complete source of magic just around, just everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very eventful day today. And it's not even like getting to sunset yet. So yeah, it's been a pretty crazy day. In the distance, you all still see the storm brewing in the Rock Desert. That's how big the storm was. It needed
Oh
to
my
be that
god.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
It needed to be that big. You're like, man, I don't want to mess with Torm's follower.
No, I just look on with pride. I'm like, that's my friend right there.
That's my buddy. Alright. Dante and Cinna and Rico and Arfin, you all kind of like at this point can discuss what you want to do with the Mythalar. So Darfin kind of says that there are a couple of places that are heavily defended and wherein other magical items are being protected, but those magical items are nowhere near as big as this one.
Okay. Where do you suggest we dump it over there?
He kind of ponders for a second, and he says, I I think this is a bad idea because if ever this were to activate where the other magic items are being kept, we have no idea what kind of effect that would have.
That is true. Ugh. As much as I promised the Thalus that I would return it to them, the businessman part of me is thinking we should destroy it because there's no telling what it can, who's after it, and what will happen if they get it, you know?
Yeah? Griffin looks at Dante. What do you think, my pupil? Wayne, are you there? Hello?
I think Dante says, I think
Okay.
Bishop is right. There's no telling of what other evil forces lurk out there seeking for a power such as this. And Dante will look at Rico and say, like, I understand you wish to use this for good, but if there are people like you on this spectrum, there are others on the other side as well.
Cinna chimes in and she says, I agree. I worry about what hands it could fall into the longer that it's with us, though perhaps one day we could find just a substitution, a replacement to give to the Thaluds. I know we promised them something. We should at least give them something, even though we can't think of it now.
That's true. It'll take time though, so we have time to make it up to them somehow. But yeah, won't they? And I understand. I've completely given up on my plan to use the Mythalar. We must destroy it, I think. And then I just start throwing suggestions. Won't the disintegrate spell at least like destroy this? Darfin? Dante?
Darfin says, like, well, it is certainly worth a try, but as far as I know, this object is supposed to absorb magic, so it could go wrong, is what I'm thinking. If we plan on doing this, we should do it in a remote location.
But we have seen it. But if it does absorb magic, we've seen the enlarge spell and the animate object spell work on it. With that logic, it would have absorbed the spell's powers. So I was thinking maybe it could work. And yeah, it could be far away.
Yeah, he says it's certainly worth a try. Yeah, if you guys really want to disintegrate it. You can all throw some other suggestions too for what to do.
You were gonna say something, Cinna. What was it?
Hello, Sean.
Hello?
You're on mute, by the way.
Yeah, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry, I looped out. What happened?
Anybody who wants to give other suggestions? So, like, there's the disintegrate idea, which, like, Dante already planted the idea a while back, and then Rico is also mentioning it now. So, you can also suggest other things if you want. Because if not, we can also go along with that plan, but he asked to do it in a secluded area.
Cinna is... I don't know. 1 second. Let me see.
Yeah, sure, take your time. You don't know what will happen when you cast the disintegrate spell.
Yeah, would like say this is super meta-y. Like, I worry about the person casting the spell and like how, you know what I mean? It's sort of like setting off a nuclear bomb. Like, is it just a matter of distance, or would it be better to have like a globe of invulnerability around the person to protect them from the effects of, you know?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arfin says, very well. It would be good to have a protection of some kind. Thank you for the suggestion, Cinnabar.
Yeah. Dante can do both.
Both disintegrate and globe.
Yeah.
Should we do it now? I know we are all exhausted and we could use a rest, but I feel like I could rest easier if we destroy it now.
Yeah, Dante wants to do it now. He's not gonna risk like one night.
Yeah, one night where something could possibly go wrong.
Yeah.
A lot can
Yeah.
happen in 24 hours, so might as well destroy it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darfin says I agree with everyone. Alright
Okay.
then, let's head out into the forest. We should head out at least a mile away from here.
Okay.
You exit the bar and it's no longer there.
Oh shit!
Like, what the fuck?
God damn it.
And we're like, how do you lose a giant orb?
This is a very, I know, what was that movie?
Which
When they
movie?
lose a car.
They lose a
It's
car.
a car? What?
I forgot which movie it was. Basta Murag, like they go on a bender and then they lose their car afterwards, and then they're like, "How did we lose our car?"
Many gods. Alright, so you all go northeast, a little more north, so that's northeast. Heading more inland towards like a foresty area-ish. As much of a forest as it can be. It's kind of like a very small patch of forest.
Mm.
And then, yeah, you guys set up the Globe of Invulnerability, whoever will cast that. And then, who will be the one blasting the thing with Disintegrate?
I don't have that spell, so I was hoping either Darfin or Dante do it.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Okay.
Alright. And then Darfin says, I will take the other side then, Dante, for this is too large for just one work.
We're using 2 disintegrate spells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Like, this isn't Cinna. No, maybe this is Cinna, but she's just like such a waste of such wonderful material. Like,
I know.
this could have powered a city, but
I
greed,
know.
It can
greed
also
is just.
nuke a city.
That is so true, dude.
I know. It breaks my heart that an ancient artifact that's like this is gonna be gone, but you know, nothing bonds a team more than destroying priceless artifacts together.
Wow. Alrighty. Okay,
So I keep building by destroying disintegrating Mythalar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's
Cinna
go
puts
into
on her
the-
goggles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, you put on your goggles and whatever other protective gear you think you should put on in case something
just-
bad happens.
I just like fly like 60 feet off the ground and hide behind a tree.
Are you sure you don't want to be within the globe of invulnerability?
Okay, I go there. I go inside there.
Okay. And, you know, just to be smart about it, you also put the globe that surrounds a tree so you can hide behind it right after.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and then Darfin looks at Dante and says, alright, at the count of 3 then, my pupil. Are you ready?
Ready.
Alright, and then he counts down 3, 2, 1, and then the both of you cast Disintegrate. You can say the incantation, I'd like to hear what it would be.
Oh, I don't have anything prepared, but
I don't have anything, okay, fine. No
yeah.
worries. Alright, so
Oh
you
my
both cast
god, Cinna,
Disintegrate.
no. No.
And that's how you all died. Nah, just
No.
PK.
That would be Rico if he wasn't in the global vulnerability.
Right.
Alright.
My last words were not again.
Alright, so the both of you cast Disintegrate, one on each end, and yeah, the both of you like see that on both sides it's like shrinking on both ends going inwards, turning into fine dust. As the Mythalar is no longer here, it's now just fine dust that's floating in the grass.
Ah,
We did it.
It's
oh
done.
my god.
Why don't I feel good about this?
Really? I don't know. I feel at ease now that something dangerous is behind me.
Cinna nods and she says, I feel a little bit safer, but I also feel really sad about the waste of it all, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Darfin also chimes in and says, indeed, it is a waste. It could have been used for good, but I assume that this is safer for the realm. Now no one may be able to use it.
So, Dante, how did it feel blowing up basically raw magic?
Yeah.
For some reason, it felt like the right thing to do. You know, it does feel sad, but if even the Netherese Empire could not survive, then no one alive in this realm today can handle such an item, such an artifact.
That's true. Maybe we weren't ready for it.
We can pretend the Mythalar return to the Netherese wherever they are. No, it's not right.
Okay.
Okay.
Dante begins collecting at least a little bit of the dust. Maybe it.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know.
Actually-
To study later.
Actually, yeah, I'm curious. Do you think that dust would be a great material component for a spell or something? Like, I don't know. That would actually be
I
interesting.
mean, you're not sure, but you can collect dust, sure. Like, all of you can collect a bit of dust if you really want
Oh,
to.
absolutely. Mythalar dust. I would
My God.
100% get that.
That's yeah. I'll help Cinna like get them. I'll just like help her collect it and just give her it all later.
Yeah, and Darfin, seeing all of you collect it, actually comes up with an idea, and he collects some as well, and he says, well then, we do not know if someone will be able to reforge these dust particles, so let us keep these in separate locations, shall we?
That's true.
Agreed.
Just to make sure we can scatter them in the ocean, but that's fine. We can, I don't know. Yeah.
Indeed. And he says, I like the way you think. So, alright. You all have finished what you have started, in a sense. You found the Mythalar, and even though your intent was to make use of it, you've now destroyed it, for it is too much for this world to handle right now, as you have determined. Alright. Okay, I think at this point, do y'all want to eat lunch, or what do you want to do? Because we
I'll
did
have
like lose an hour.
I'll have to eat lunch, but I won't be able to join you after, guys. Okay, we have like a family outing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Cinna will probably be exhausted from
Yeah.
all of this stuff. So she'll probably retire to her room for a bit.
Yeah. But when you are able to join, then don't worry. You'll still be part of the next adventure regardless.
Cool.
Alright.
See you guys. I'm gonna go off now. Bye.
Bye,
Thank you so
Sean.
much, everyone.
GG.
Bye-bye.
Bye. GG. That's a nice place for Cinnabar to end, actually.
Yeah.
Alright, do you guys want to eat lunch first and then come back, or what'll it be?
Mag-order pa ko, so I'm just gonna chill here.
Gonna
We can
chill.
we can still play for a while while Wayne's food's arriving. I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Ikaw,
Well, in
Linc.
that case... Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, in that case, we have still other things to do, so Darfin, at this point, like maybe the next day so that you can take a fucking break, because it's been a long day.
Yeah, after the
The next
disintegrate
day-
thing, like Dante just like started yawning a lot. He was really tired.
It's like, shit, man, I'm drained.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay, so you're all fully recovered now. Like, all of your spell slots are back. You're back to full health and all that.
Mm.
And then
Okay.
Darfin says that been a while that we've talked, Dante. I'd like to know some updates about what's been going on. And then he kind of motions Rico to sit in the dining table of the tavern as well. And you as well. I'd like to hear what's been going on from our resident lord.
Okay.
Yeah, we just tell him, we just recount everything that's happened so far. Dante, you know, under like undersells it a little bit because he just doesn't want to attract any attention from any of the other patrons of the tavern. But he does recount everything, and everything as he's recounting it, Dante just can't believe that did we seriously do these things? Like it's it's kind of unbelievable.
Did we just do these?
Like, so that one, we stopped an orc invasion. We fought off a hive mind and like an elder brain and mind flayers and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
My god. And then he tells you that, oh, that's incredible, Dante.
yeah, we went to see Larlock again. God damn it.
Says you've had quite you've had quite a month. And is so like tame in comparison. And he says, my goodness, long from now you're probably going to be outranking me.
Nice.
Yeah.
No matter the rank, I will always see you as my mentor.
Then he says, well, that may be true for now, but Dante, you're like becoming more and more powerful as the days go by. Eventually, you will not need to call me master anymore. We will be equals by then.
Then I look forward to it.
Indeed. And if you are to pass down blade singing art someday, I hope that you pick somebody that you entrust your life with.
Dante just silently drinks his ale, thinking about that. Oh shit, like I'm gonna have to do that. I'm just gonna... Anyway. He hasn't considered that yet.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Like,
It's
he would
just-
have told you this during training,
Yeah.
that it passes from master to student forever.
Yeah, it's just dawning on him that it's getting closer and closer, like shit.
Exactly.
At that point, he will change the subject and he will say, speaking of masters, Turo Maro, my grandfather, it is still rumored that he is within the Shadowfell, and I intend to track him down and meet him there. That is
yes.
why I asked you if you knew of an entrance.
Yeah, and then he kind of like goes over his notes. You're gonna say something, Rico?
Yeah, I tell him there was one I know of in the Moonshay Isles, but I am afraid it might send us somewhere worse, a worse part of the Shadowfell. So yeah, if Darfin knows another entrance, maybe he can tell us.
He recounts to you. You're talking about the one where you originally got lost in, yes?
That's true. Yeah, I was. There was a Shadowfell doorway in the Moonshay Isles, but turns out it was a doorway to a dread plane. So
He says
That's
that
bad.
it's more likely that you got dragged in by the Dread Lord themselves for You said that it was a mist that engulfed you, yes? Or that's what the tales say?
Yeah.
He says that does not necessarily mean that it is a shadow gate. A shadow gate is more permanent. It does not move around, quite like a mist does.
See.
I doubt that there is a shadow gate there. However, and then he looks through his notes. There is indeed one in the Anal Rock Desert, but I doubt that you'll be going back there, considering the Blue Dragon.
Right.
So then you'll have to look for another route. And then he kind of parsed through his notes. He says, there is one that is near Luskan. And Luskan, he says that, what do I say? There's a settlement near there, or like a tomb near there. Kind of like near the forest where Black Forge Crossing is. At this point, I'll share my screen so that we can see the same thing. Right, here we go. Load it up, y'alls.
Yep.
And then Wayne, if you want to like see the map yourself, I'll also put the interactive map in the
Yeah.
chat.
I'm looking at it. I think imo man ang na-pin before. I just checked the pin.
Okay. Alright. So Luskan is all the way north, like it's north even farther than Neverwinter.
Wow.
So Luskan is all the way up there. It's very close to Icewind Dale at that point. Yeah, it's too bad the person who lives there isn't here right now, but sige na lang. So yeah, if you go a bit more north, there will be like a ruins of some kind in Luskan. And Darfin says that this is a known area where a shadow gate lies. In the past, there was someone who was using this shadow gate to enter the Shadowfell. He went there so that he could do a quest to usher in the return of the Shadow, the King of Shadows. And like, you know, before you think that that's Larlock, he clarifies that the King of Shadows is a different being. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah,
Okay.
he tells you that this is likely where you are to find a Shadow Gate.
What do you say, Bishop? Are you would you be ready for a journey like this?
I'd like to help. But you see, I have extremely bad memories there in the Shadowfell. And then I pull out my Redeemer's sword and I ask her, what do you think, Redeemer? Would you like to come back home and see how it is?
She kind of says, it would be nice to feel the energies of the Shadowfell once more. But she kind of like pauses for a bit. It will bring back some unpleasant memories for me. But if it is for the sake of Dante and for the sake of our allies, then I shall go with you.
I briefly like close my eyes and say like, the only way I can recover from my death over there is to confront it. Then I confront that place again. So I tell Dante, yes, I will accompany you through the Shadow Gate.
All right.
I admire your bravery.
Oh. There you go. Alright, and then Darfin says that, well, if you're going to go there, my pupil, I would be at ease if you do not go alone. I actually know some contacts who also want to go to the Shadowfell. They have their own reasons for wanting to go there. Will you be okay with bringing along a few other people?
So long as they do not betray us.
And he says, I would never let you have a companion who would betray you, my pupil.
Then I am amenable.
Very well done. We'll contact them. They will likely be able to rendezvous with you in Luskan in the next 10 days.
We shall meet them then. What are their names? And then we can say their names later, but Dante asked that.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So you know their names now.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh no. I know I had their names here somewhere, but it's okay. We'll figure that out later.
Cool.
Alright.
Cool.
I asked Dante, like, what do you intend to do when you meet your grandfather in the Shadowfell?
Well, first I must confirm whether he is my real grandfather or he is his Shadowfell counterpart. But once we figure out that he is my real grandfather, I have so many questions to ask him and wonder
Okay.
why he's in the Shadowfell in the first place.
No, you know why? It's because of your family's problem with demons.
Ah, that's true. My intention is to help him finish whatever he's started over in the Shadowfell and make sure that he gets back home safely.
Nice. Okay. There might be a few times I might act a bit difficult, but I will do my best to steady myself while we're in the Shadowfell. And hey, depending on where we land, we might even pass by my grave.
Wow, dude. Love the way you think.
Yeah, Dante doesn't know how to respond to that, but Dante just
But,
like
sure.
drinks his ale slowly. Like, ooh, okay.
Ooh, that's some heavy shit right there.
Yeah, it is heavy, and it feels even heavier coming from Rico because normally he's like happy and like cheerful, and then the Shadowfell is really the thing that switches him around.
I know, and it makes sense too. It's not a happy place for him, man. Alright, so you all have a 10-day to do some stuff that you would like to do, and at this point you basically can go anywhere around the map, so yeah, let me know what you'd like to do. So a couple of
In the
pending things.
downtime. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of pending things. So Rico, you know that Dorothea still has a request for you.
Yeah.
And your wife is also kind of like looking for an update on what's going
Yeah.
on.
Where's my
In Dante.
Where's my Mithla? You promised me one
Dante's-
Mithla.
In Dante's case, like, I guess he might report to the Harper agents.
Yeah.
Although he didn't get to complete his mission yet, but he got sidetracked by something that's worth reporting.
Mm.
And there might be other things that you want to do as well. So yeah, take the time to tell me what you'd like to resolve before we head into the rest.
I'd like to actually meet Dorothea and like explain to him like why I'm away for so long and ask him like what was the favor about. But also like same time I wanna also update Rebecca on what happened to the Mythlar. I'm gonna tell her like it got destroyed from a huge fight. But I won't tell her that, like, oh, I agreed that we should destroy it. I'll be like, oh, there was this huge fight and it got destroyed. So it's like, like, oh shit, like,
Oh dear, you're gonna lie to your wife? I feel sad.
sucks for the both of us. I'm gonna omit some truths, It's like,
Okay.
yeah, and
Dude, out of curiosity, can you roll a deception and I'll roll a insight? I
Okay.
want to see how this goes, man.
Let's see.
Oh, okay, you might probably get this too.
Well, let me check my. This one's +3. It's a 16.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, and she doesn't doubt it at all. It's like, oh, it's my husband. He's probably telling the whole truth. So she's like, oh, that's so unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, my dear, but I'm glad you got home safely.
Yeah. At least, yeah. And then I explain to her like I might be away again for a long time. I'm actually going to return back to the Shadowfell, the place where I but I was
Yeah.
thinking I plan to go back there just so I can conquer my negative emotions about the place and just recover from the memories, just so I can be a better person for the child.
Well, she says, don't be gone for too long though, okay? I expect that you'll be back before our child gets born.
Of course.
And she says, don't you go getting negative now over there, alright? Remember what happened to you last time? And she's referring to the time where, like, when you got trapped and you're in a pit of despair, and, like, centuries pass later.
Yeah.
Says, you stay positive while you're there, okay?
I know. I am trying to stay positive. Actually, the one positive thing I'm focusing on going back there is maybe I could see my graveyard over there.
And then she kind of, like, shakes her head and say, no, now, don't think like that, okay? She says, you're doing this for your friends, aren't you? Otherwise,
Yes,
I don't see you doing this by yourself.
Yeah, I am.
Very well then. Take care, okay? And do contact me whenever you can.
I will. And you stay safe as well.
I will. And then she says, I might be heading back to to my family house sometime soon though. So, if ever you don't find me in Baldur's Gate, I will most likely be in... did we ever decide where her, like, hometown is? Or wala pa?
It'll be an I assume. Like I assume like her family was like they're like family friends to the bishop, so I assume they live nearby in
Sure, okay. We'll say that if you don't find me in Baldur's Gate, I'll most likely be in Cremor.
Okay. Very well.
Alright, so yeah, you all say your farewells. You managed to omit the part where you destroyed it. Where you decided to destroy it. Yeah, and for now she doesn't seem to be really thinking about the Mythalar anymore since it got destroyed and there's not really any news of another kind.
Yeah.
So she kind of says before you leave, like, darling, maybe try asking your friends if they can figure out where that other flying ship is.
Yeah. I'll try.
Alright. Speaking of the Illithids, they went their separate ways while you guys were resting. Because, like, it's time for them to do their own thing now.
I was wondering actually, like, is there time for me to perform the ritual on Redeemer during the whole 10-day, or is it like a several weeks kind of thing?
You can perform the ritual doing that, but you don't have a soul trapped somewhere right now, I think.
I was wondering, like, for during the 10-day, I can help. The Illithids need a soul as well for the ritual, so I'm just thinking, let's go on a road trip. Let's go soul hunting together, since we all are looking for evil soul.
Sure, you kind of go, like, on a hunt for baddies, like whether it's bandits or people who are doing nasty deeds here and there. Sure. Oh, there's one thing I have to ask, by the way. What did you do with the Glabresu? It's like he was unconscious,
Oh
and
shit, we forgot about that guy.
cause like I didn't bother too much with that, cause you don't know how long he would have been unconscious, and it's up to you whether you want to drag its body or not. But like, yeah, like what would you have done if you had the choice on what to do with the Glabresu?
Maybe we could. We
Yeah,
didn't have time to like really drag him. Maybe we can have the illithids eat their brains to, collect information.
Dante's
They
okay
have-
with that.
Yeah.
Sure. I would say that you do have the big bulky guy. You have a chance to let him bring the thing to the other side and then out back into the material plane on the second casting of Gate. And then the illithids could eat the brain. Yeah, sure. No problem there.
Mm.
Okay.
So the illithids kind of like eat the brain, and I guess before they left then they would have said Dante and the Rico Bishop. Some of the memories we recovered from that thing seems to be that it's connected to the Dark Knight and some mysterious figure.
Oh.
The only thing we could gain from the memories is that this mysterious figure is in the Shadowfell, and that he seems to be an elder kind of person.
Oh. Okay. I thank the illithids for that. Like, this is useful information. Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, that's as much as they can get from the memories as far as that is concerned. It's like a whole bunch of memories, like they plane shift, or not plane shift, but they get through a portal in the Shadowfell to your location, and that's when the fight broke out. There's a bunch of memories of like this time when Glabrezu was waiting to get into a portal in a cave so that he could go after like a unicorn thingy.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he's basically recounting the time that Glabrezu was going to go after Dorothea. This was a callback to the session to the first season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In session 8, I think, like you guys stopped a ritual from happening with a bunch of cultists.
Yeah.
This was that same Glabrezu. It was trying to get through, but you prevented the teleportation from happening. And you kind of see, it kind of recalls memories, like the one who ate it, the illithid who ate it, its brain. It recalls memories of other celestials that have been defeated while during its lifespan.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And the Dark Knight was around for a lot of those skirmishes as well.
Okay. I'm just like, I'm starting to worry if there's this like shadow campaign for like killing all the celestials around here.
And he says it seems to be that they are indeed targeting celestial beings, or at least allies of the gods.
Right. Okay. If we head to the Shadowfell, we might find some answers, and I could put a stop to this. Okay.
Indeed. And then the one who ate the brain kind of looks at Dante and says, I do not know if the memories I am seeing of this old person is your grandfather, Dante. But I ask you to be careful if you do find him in the Shadowfell.
I will be.
Very well then. If you need me for anything else, then you know how to contact me. For now, our top priority will be looking for rings of mind shieldings for ourselves.
Okay.
Mm.
And like I mentioned, we'll meet again to help each other find some souls.
Indeed, we shall. And then they kind of go their separate ways. So as much as you want to collect souls together with them, Rico, their main priority right now is that they don't become part of the hive mind again.
Oh,
They kind of delay that mission.
Then I'll just do the ritual myself then.
Okay. And okay, roll me. Let's see, you have a 10-day. Roll me a d10. I'll say that's the amount of bad souls that you can find in a 10-day. Why not?
Oh wow, 10.
Oh shit! Oh, dude, you're lucky today.
Well,
Okay. Alright, so you managed to find 10 souls, and you trapped them. I guess you would have figured it out how to trap the souls as well, like throughout that 10-day. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that, you gotta check a spell real quick. I think it was Magic Jar, where you can trap souls in there.
You mean the soul jar spell?
It's called Magic Jar. No,
Ooh.
that might not be it. It might be Soul Cage. Yeah. Soul Cage. It's not just the soul of a humanoid. Ah, yeah, this is the one. Okay. Yeah, so you have to use Soul Cage. Do you have that spell, by the way?
That spell is
It's 6th level. Oh no, it's a Warlock and Wizard spell. You won't have access to it. Oh man, okay. Do you have access to Magic Jar though? Let's see. Magic Jar. This is a sorcerer. It's also just a wizard. Man, you're gonna have a hard time with this. So basically you need to find some kind of magic item to store the souls in. Which, yeah, I'll say within the 10-day you can find it. You had to like tap into some shady people because like who the hell traps souls, right?
yeah.
it's an everyday
Alright.
commodity.
It's an everyday commodity in a different plane.
Mm.
Alright, so yeah, you managed to find the dealer, and this will cost you a bit because this is kind of like out of the ordinary kind of purchase. So
How much?
it's going to cost you 2,500 GP.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and deduct that. And basically this device will allow you to store some souls into it.
Pocket
I'll
money
say
for
that-
Rico though.
It's
Pocket change.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll say that it can store up to 20 souls, just so that we have a cap on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And, well, there you go. You managed to store 10 souls so far in this 10-day.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright. And, yeah. You have 10 souls that you can decide what to do with, and I guess you'll
I'll do
consume it all.
Yeah, I'll perform the ritual for Redeemer.
Yeah. You perform the ritual for Redeemer. And yeah, she is basically eating up all the souls. So this ritual itself takes like an hour to cast, Rico. So you can't be doing this like in combat. It really has to be out of combat.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, you managed to successfully feed her some souls. No like noticeable power up just yet. But yeah, like she tells you that I do feel a little stronger, mistress, but I think that I need more souls to be fed.
I see. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe the Shadowfell will provide enough nourishment.
Perhaps it will. And then, so Raf, how this mechanically works for like trapping souls is that you have to be the one to kill the soul. So
Yeah.
like it's not gonna work if someone else does it. And then in order to trap the soul inside your device and like you can help me figure out what the device looks like. We can flavor it together.
Okay.
Like, in order to trap the soul in the device, you have to spend a minute, like, doing some kind of ritual so that the soul goes inside.
It's does it have to be a humanoid soul?
It does have to be a humanoid soul, yeah.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
If it's any other soul, then it's not really going to work.
I highly doubt there are humanoid people in the Shadowfell, so okay.
Yeah. So there you go. Right. So right now, Redeemer was able to consume 10 souls, and you should keep track of this, Raffe. Like, the note somewhere in your sheet that Redeemer has eaten 10 souls.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
And then for the rest of your 10-day, I guess after that you just go to the rendezvous point in Luskan.
Is there time to speak to Dorothea or not really?
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So yeah, you manage to talk to Dorothea. You kind of like meet him up in his castle in the Sword Mountains.
Okay.
And like, to basically give you the idea of what his request is, it's basically that, you know, there are some people going after Celestials.
Yeah.
And he knows that their base of operations seems to be in the Shadowfell.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's asking you to go to the Shadowfell and do something about the Syndicate. Whatever you wish to do, as long as they stop terrorizing Celestials.
Of course, I've made it my duty to protect Celestial, so I will do it. I am heading to the Shadowfell in a few days' time, actually, so this is good. Okay.
Alright. Yeah. If you want, you can also share about the thing you learned from Illithids, so that Dorothea is aware.
Yeah, I'll tell him, like, by the way, there are 4 Illithids that are, like, trying to turn over a new leaf, and I have pledged myself to be an ally of theirs. So, their names are Cephalosk, and I actually didn't bother to know the other 3, but if it's with Cephalosk, then they're good.
But they're wearing
Yeah.
different kinds of hats.
Yeah, I just minor illusion and showed this is what they look like with their hats.
And then he says, okay. Very well then. He's at a loss for words, like, okay, sure.
Just trying to, connect people together.
Says that, very well then, I shall not discriminate against other kinds of creatures.
Yeah.
Then he says, thank you for doing this favor for me, Rico Bishop.
Of course, it's the least I can do after aiding us at the Citadel attack. And you should also try to stay safe. I don't think it's wise to keep staying in the material plane. You're always welcome to stay in the Red Tower. Like, no one's there, so.
He says, I shall not be complacent, Rico Bishop. My life may be at danger because of these hooligans. But I have a duty to protect those who are weaker than us.
That's true. And I don't know if this is too much to ask, but if you are able, I hope you could protect my wife Rebecca and our unborn child as well. I don't want to make sure the child is surrounded with people I can trust, so it can be on a good path.
And then he says, I will defend whoever is within my reach and means to defend.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright.
Well, I'll be heading off to the Shadowfell then.
Yeah, and he tells you, I bid you farewell, and please, take this charm with you. And then he's basically going to give you a charm because it's a very dangerous quest.
Ooh.
So I'll give you the details of the charm later, but it's kind of like a couple times use sort of thing. If you've ever read the DMG about charms. Yeah.
A bubble charm? What did you say?
A charm. It's
okay.
it's kind of like a one-time or several times use effect that
Okay.
a creature can bestow upon you.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
I was imagining like the Shadowfell is so hostile. Here, take an astronaut suit and wear it there.
Oh, dude. What the fuck? No. Alrighty. Okay. And I guess at this point you head on over to the rendezvous point, yeah?
Yeah. What about Dante? Like, what is he doing in the 10-day?
Sure. So Dante, what do you want to do?
Chillin'? No. So talk to the Harpers, report back to them everything that's happened so far since the last time they met.
Alrighty.
But not just willy-nilly. Like, he's making sure that the people here he's talking to are like the, I guess, the higher ups. And then say that the next part of his journey will lead him to the Shadowfell, and if there's anything that maybe the more experienced Harpers can give him as advice, he'd appreciate that.
Give him as advice going into the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. I'll give a 50% chance of an expert being present. 59. Okay, that'll do. So, one of them actually tells you that, well, if you're in the Shadowfell, I suggest you head on over to a place as quickly as you can where there's a major city. Said that you're going to Luskan, right? For the Shadowgate.
Yes.
And he says, once you get there, make your way towards where Neverwinter would be in that plane. Where there's a city there that's called... Oh shit, I forgot the name. Dark Winter, I think? Or something like that.
Neverwinter?
Yeah, there's like a dark version of Neverwinter. I have to look for that again. But
Oh my
basically he
god,
tells you to get
Shadowwinter.
there. Yeah, it was something like that. Shadowfell, Neverwinter. Yeah, there's a city there that's like a dark representation of Neverwinter. He tells you that those are one of the places that is going to be
It's Evernight.
safer than the rest. Yeah, Evernight, that's the one.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my
It
food.
tells you
Hang on.
Sure. Evernight.
Nevernight.
Nevernight.
Nevernight. It's giving me Las Vegas vibes, Nevernight. Where it's never night there. I don't know.
Oh no, Raffe, it's Evernight, not Never.
Oh, Evernight. Okay.
Yeah. Meaning it's, it's always night. Evernight.
Forever night.
Which kind of makes sense since it's a freaking Shadowfell city.
Yeah.
Oh man.
By the way, I'm going to on the way I'm also gonna buy a fourth metal rod for my plane ship spell once I have it.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to spend money for that again.
Yeah,
So
I'll
which
spend 250 for that. Yeah.
okay. Which plane are you going to get an attunement fork for?
These all cost like all the forks can attune to one place, right?
Yeah, unfortunately the fork has to be only one plane each, so if you want to get multiple locations to go to, you're gonna have to buy some more attunement forks.
I'll buy I'll buy 500 GP because I'll buy one fork for the material plane and one fork for Warrior's Rest.
You don't have to buy for the material plane because attune just means that, you know, it's something from that realm. So most things are from material plane already. You can just get a normal fork and it's gonna be the same banana.
Oh, okay.
It's not a banana though, it's a fork.
But I but I want one that's that can take us to Warrior's Rest as well, like if that's possible.
I don't need it to be attuned to Warrior's Rest specifically. As long as it's attuned to that plane, then like, sorry, you mean like the entire plane? Yeah, okay. You have one for Warrior's Rest, no problem.
Okay. And that one fork it's only good for Warrior's Rest. I need to buy a second one for if we need to come back to the material plane.
You don't have to, Raffe. Like, as long as you have an actual fork that's from the plane, then that will do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How much is the normal fork then? Is it just 2050 GP?
That's an
The normal
expensive
fork.
Or just
I mean, you could probably just get a cutlery piece from your mansion or something. That would work.
I mean, yeah, okay, I'll get that too, you know.
Yeah, like that'll do. It's a 250 GP fork just like that.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'll allow it because like you're already part of a noble family, anyways, so it makes sense.
Nice, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to get an attunement fork to the Shadowfell though, in case you need one?
We're already going to a shadow gate though, so it's kind of redundant. I was thinking like I'd use it only if we want to plane shift out of the Shadowfell. That's why. So.
Okay, no problem with that. Alright, so okay, so you only have an attunement fork for Warrior's Rest and the material plane. Okay. Dante, so Wayne, are you back?
I
You got
am
your
back.
food, man? Right. So
I would want to get an attunement for the Shadowfell.
okay, you can
do I-
supply that.
I need to get. Do I need to get one for the material plane or?
Well, if you want to have your own one, then you can, yeah.
And
I have a question though. Can we pass the forks around and use it to like, plane shift to other places? Like I can take Dante's fork, he can take my fork. Like, does that work?
You can do
Okay.
that. It doesn't get consumed, Mansad, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay, good.
Okay. Wait, plane shift, no. I haven't learned this
Yeah.
yet, but
You can prepare it, man, no?
no. Dante has not learned this spell. It's a 7th level spell. Did we level up? What happened?
You didn't.
Right. Yeah, I don't have this yet, but it would be nice to have the material component ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is worth 250. The material component says a 4th metal rod worth at least 250 gold. Okay. Sure, he'll just get one for the shadow plane for future use.
Alright. So that's 250 less for you, Dante.
Okay, he's a poor boy.
Poor boy.
I'm gonna sell some of the items like during the 10-day as well, just so I can buy some other stuff. But we can do that later, like.
Oh,
with
dude.
the-
Which items? Because some of your other party mates might want to keep those.
I know no one said anything. So, but here, wait, let me look. I'm assuming the long swords. Is anyone gonna claim one of the 6 long swords that we have? Dante, will you take a long sword?
Whatever items you're willing to give me, Dante will still just sell, so Dante can have money. That's it. Alright, Dante now has 290 gold.
Wow.
You're a poor boy indeed.
He's a poor
I'm
boy.
thinking of because I don't know, like I'm planning on selling lang the long swords and maybe the bracers of defense. I'm doubting anyone is going to strip their armor and wear the bracers of defense.
Yeah.
Kanina lang. If you do plan on selling anything, we can resolve that with the group as a whole. Cause like, yeah, I just
Yeah.
want to make sure that nobody is bamboozled that they lost an item they wanted to have.
That's why. Then
Yeah.
oh, and I was gonna ask also. I keep forgetting. Like I'm planning to ask Dante because I have the Ring of Spell Storing, man. Like, are you able to prepare the spells, Rope Trick, and
Mhm.
Find Familiar by any chance?
Sure. In the 10-day, he'll do that. And then
Hey.
store them in
And
the ring.
I wanna ask Dante, like, cast these into the Ring of Spell Storing so I can cast them myself as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Then
Rico wants to have a familiar too.
yeah, I'm gonna try something out here. So yeah, I'm gonna buy the components for Find Familiar, and yeah, I'll summon my own familiar, and also we're gonna buy like a potion of climbing. So
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak.
Okay.
okay. There's this wild like combo apparently you can do with Rope Trick and Find Familiar. I wanna like try it out here.
What's the combo?
The combo though is that you cast Rope Trick. It's like one action, and then you climb up the
Yeah, it's it creates a pocket dimension.
yeah, you climb up there, and then you can have your familiar as their action, like pull the rope up before the dimension closes, and then you're completely hidden. And then when
Yeah.
it's your turn in combat, you just go out of the dimension and then blast, and then climb back up again. You know?
You can just open the door and just blast from
Yeah,
that dimension.
that's why so I have like an automatic like hidden place.
Yeah. I've been
Yeah.
reserving that spell for like emergencies when we're like like dungeon diving and then we need to short rest real quick.
Yeah.
But
But I'll save it in like the last battle of the season so I can keep hiding and hiding.
that's a funny image in my head. Just like
I know. I'm
Rico.
just like climbing a rope and shooting and then climbing back up again.
Yeah. What is
Oh.
that level again? Second level, I think. Yeah, it's second level.
Yeah.
You touch your legs
The
on
ring can
roof.
store like 5 levels worth, so
Mhm.
I'd be asking you to put like 2
One-
slots of rope trick and then 1 slot for find familiar.
Got it.
There we go.
Sure. The space can hold as many as 8 medium creatures. Attack spells can cross through the entrance. Can't cross through the entrance into or out. You cannot cast spells from from the entrance, so you would have to like actually peek
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
So anything inside that drops when a spell ends. Okay. I'm eating now. You guys can eat or what? What do you guys?
I'll eat sad. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, let's
Do we
take
need
our
to take
break
an
now.
hour or can
I think
can we just come back when everyone's done?
yeah,
Maybe
like
let's come back when everyone's done. Because I also have a responsibility later. Like, I'm going to be hanging laundry. So, yeah.
Sige, okay.
so
Already.
what in 20 minutes or what?
I'm just
Let's
gonna
try and
lurk
break it.
in the voice chat.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I'll be lurking around until I have to, like, hang the laundry out. But yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
cool.
I'll be
Bye-bye.
back soon naman sad. Okay.
Let's see ya.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You guys really ended up destroying it. Oh.
Yeah. Di ka mukhaon, Link, or are you done?
Oh, I did. I finished already, so I'm
Okay.
good.
Cool.
Oh man, I'm a bit sad right now that most of the players are meeting. Are not here, rather.
Oh, what
Feels
happened to
like-
Ken?
So Khen is out of town. He already mentioned
Ah,
that
oh.
in the beginning of the week, yeah.
Mm.
Then in Boom's case, the grandfather's death anniversary is happening today. Sean has a family outing, so it's like, yeah, it was kind of like what was gonna happen, I suppose. The show must go on, so regardless of what I had planned for all of them, I have to keep on going.
Yeah. Or at least dili sad siya they didn't sad leave during the interlude when we had the big fight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So at least now okay we're doing more exploration man karon nga session.
Yeah. It's just funny lang kay like most of the people who I planned for are not have like character moments, I mean. They're not around right now. So it's like fuck. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fine. It's cool. I think there will still actually be a chance to do that next session, assuming they arrive. At the very least, I hope like Sean and Boom will be available, because this character moment was specifically for them today.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the expert in the Harpers regarding the Shadowfell, what did he say?
Oh, he basically recommended that from your gate, you go to
The near
Evernight
city?
as quickly as
Alright.
possible. Yeah. There is like an equivalent in Luskan, but he doesn't recommend going to that city.
Okay.
Yeah. Luskan in the material plane is already pretty messed up, so he's thinking like, yeah, just don't go there in the Shadowfell version. Yeah. So you beeline towards Neverwinter there. So Teleportation Circle towards Evernight, you're not sure if that's gonna work, but you could certainly try it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Would Dante have any idea on how to track his grandfather once he enters the shadow plane, or is that yet to be investigated when we enter the shadow plane?
It has yet to be investigated because the only thing you know is that he's in the Shadowfell somewhere and that his activities are shrouded in mystery. It's very likely that you'll be getting the info from locals and not so much from people in the material plane.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is so exciting and scary to go to the shadow plane.
I can't wait.
Yeah. I'm hyped.
Yeah, boy. I'm looking forward to it too. Since the session started pretty late, we might not like get to do a whole lot of things when we get to the Shadowfell, but I am planning for it to end in a spot where like the next session begins, hopefully with everyone around, and we can have the character moments without making it feel awkward.
Got it.
Yeah, boy. A lot of things did not go our way this week, at least as far as Plucking Strings is concerned. People have like events happening on the Sunday, and then like people were doing a session before the session as well on the evening. Oh man. I
Yeah.
heard from Sean though that Friday night is usually your time. So
Yeah.
like yeah, I'm hoping that next week it'll be Friday evening and then there's a break in between for Plucking Strings.
Yeah. because it was going to be kato last Friday, but nihangyo ko to move kay I was so busy on that Friday. Like so
Yeah.
booked jud, and then in the evening we had a family dinner. And we got home at 10 p.m. now.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. So
Sige.
I really couldn't have played D&D that night, or like I could have, but then I felt bad about like rushing the family that hey I need to go home because we're playing D&D. It's kind of sucks to say that.
That is true, man. That is true. By the way, wait, like you can play 2 games now?
Dili. I supposedly I prefer nga I cannot, but with the other one, the mini campaigns, Knife in the Dark, sila Lost Crown, kay they're paying me man to DM for them. So
Oh, really? Okay.
I can't like they really wanted to do it. Yeah, my justification for it is it's a mini campaign, 3 to 4 sessions, and it doesn't really clash with tipping the scales, because tipping the scales will start after plucking strings manjud. So akong gihuna like if I insert Knife in the Dark now while plucking strings is still going on, they will end around the same time, and then we can do tipping the scales after. And
I see.
yeah, and then I need more time for tipping the scales because that's a longer campaign, 12 sessions.
I see.
Yeah, as with the mini campaign, I felt like I didn't need to prepare as much in the like on the side of like the story and whatever. Okay, it's shorter.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So kana also they decided man to koan, or like we all accumulatively decided we were gonna play it in like the past, like a setting in the past of Tyrion. So I already had like some lore prepared, so I didn't have to like start everything from scratch. So that was easy and that was nice for me.
I see. Okay.
So kana
I see. So it's kind of like it's convenient enough and there's already an incentive to do so. Okay.
yeah.
Right. Okay, I was kind of like worried that you might be pushing yourself a bit too much.
I feel like I am a little bit, but also I'm getting my workload from work is slowly diminishing because I sent in my resignation in November 2, so my last day is gonna be December 2.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
So since November 2, they haven't been giving me any new tasks. So all I'm doing for this month is just finishing up the things that I had before November 2. So
I see.
like as the weeks go by, I have less and less to do because I'm accomplishing the tasks. So my hope is by the end of like the month, I'll be like fairly free na jud. Like I think this week gani kay I only have very few things to do na lang, so I can manage na ba to like insert D&D throughout my weekdays, like prepare for like Dante spell list and like his like dialogue and like spell incantations, and then also
Alright.
and also like prepare for Knife in the Dark, and then hopefully by next week I'll be even freer that I can like, and by that time that'll be like towards the finales of both Plucking Strings and Knife in the Dark, so that would be nice to have like more free time to focus on those games.
See. Alright. So, okay. So if you're going to be out from your company in December 2, that means that on the last session, it's December 5 tentatively, by the way.
Okay.
So, dang, you're gonna be fully focused by then.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see.
Oh shit, dude. December 5. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, like super be ko ano jud, super immersed and shit. Bahala na ang
Hells yeah.
finale na good.
Heck yeah. By the way, dude, I've been
Yeah.
meaning to ask, have you already decided what N's class and race is?
What who?
N.
Have I decided?
Yeah, because I was wondering, you've cooked up this NPC, so I thought maybe you already had something in mind for this dude.
What NPC? What are you talking about?
Cian ba?
Oh, N! I heard Khen. I was like, why am I deciding Khen's class and race?
No, dude, N, not Khen.
Yeah, I heard Khen. N kay... he will be an elf. He looks like an elf. Let me open it. Dante's koan again.
Not the dude.
I want him to be a wizard. Yeah, he'll definitely be an elf. I don't know what kind of elf. Or but this elf. Yeah, he's an elf. Maybe high elf.
Alrighty. Okay.
He was Linda and Darfin's mentor and Arturo Maro's apprentice when Arturo Maro confided in and trusted blah 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 blah. I want him to be his personality reference. Wow, I can't remember. I had so much free time before that I put so much detail in everything. Wow. Where did this go?
Hey man, it's fine. I'm carrying on the torch for you. Like, I've been thinking about what to do with your characters and stuff for a while now.
Oh yeah.
I have some ideas that are already coming into play.
Okay. Koan lang. His personality reference is Saruman from the Lord of the Rings. I put here. Yeah, after the when Arturo Maro confided in N and trusted him to keep the watchful eye of the Harpers away from his family, N betrays his trust and sends Darfin and Linda to investigate Maro Manor. Okay. After the downfall of the Maro family, N was promoted to the rank of High Harper for his incarceration of Dante's parents. Oh my god, this is so sad. Who abused magic and dealt in the dark arts. Okay. No one but Arturo knows the true name of N, and it has been almost a year since Darfin or Linda have heard of him. This would be 2 years now. Like almost 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. N has been keeping to the shadows, but his eye is ever watchful over the several Harpers operating along the Sword Coast, especially over his old apprentices. More so now that Dante is in the picture. Ooh, sounds so scary. Wow, I'm so glad na akong ginaning ni siya before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a dick.
Oh yeah, dude. He totally looks like a dick. Your picture of him, but it's like, oh man, this guy screams asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's time to help Judge with laundry. Alright, I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Bye. Hello. Now that we have some time alone, I wanted to share with you. So I make Notion pages for all my, not all, but like most of my D&D characters, especially the ones that I really enjoy playing as. And this is the Notion page that I made for Dante. So that's his name, Dante Maro. I even went as far as to make him his own insignia or like a logo, because he is a calligrapher. So here, Dante. This is his full name, Dante Juan Teves Maro, is a calligrapher from Delimbiran. Where Delimbiran is around Daggerford, but I'm not sure if in this version of Faerun if it still exists. Like I just looked it up in the Forgotten Realms, and I thought it was the Limbiran Forgotten Realms. Yeah, here, and I wonder if it still exists. I'm not sure. But in any case, he is from there, or the modern day equivalent of Delimbiran, and yeah, so around this area here along Delimbir River. Yep. Anyway, he specializes in the creation of house crests for noble families and insignias for other tradesmen. He travels to Am in search for the one who saved his life years ago. Must he be ready for what challenges he might face on his journey? So Am was where we started this campaign in season 1. So what you guys are watching now is season 2. So when we were all still baby baby characters, we were level 1. We started in Am, and where Am is over here. This area. I forget which settlement we were in. Was it Gambiton, Esmer? But yeah, or maybe it was in Crimor, and then we went to Athkatla to take a ship to, and then we had like a sea adventure thing, and then we crashed somewhere along these isles near Candlekeep, and then we found our way to Baldur's Gate. And yeah, like season 1 was hectic. Dante died actually in session 2, so we were level 2. Dante died, and then the party managed to get him resurrected. They brought his body to a church. They paid for his resurrection, and I thought it was a cool thematic thing to multi-class him when he resurrected. Gave him like 2 levels in Warlock, and gave him an undead patron, because came back from the dead, etc., etc. So that's why Dante knows Larlock, and Larlock resides here in Warlock's crypt. That's where he's. But towards the end of season 1, lots of shit happened to Dante. We got into this one fight against like devils and succubi and incubi, and they managed to charm Dante, and the party couldn't get him back. So they left him, and throughout winter, Dante was just stuck with incubi and succubi, and devils. So I think it was in the spring where the party went to get him again and rescue Dante, and that's when they did. And yeah, that's why in season 2, like earlier part of the season 2, during the 1-year downtime, Dante just went through rehab for his trauma. Yeah, that's their basic rundown of season 1 for Dante Maro, at least. Yeah, in Faerun, he is part of the faction Harpers, and in my homebrew world, Tyrin, he's part of Amulet, and that's the Association of Magic Uniformity and Lawful Eldritch Traditions. I'm pretty proud of that acronym. This is character sheet. Yeah. If it'll open. Yeah, that's his character sheet. Yeah, level 15, fighter 3, wizard 2. I don't know what to show here, but yeah, pretty cool. And then on the Notion page, I just, man, like this is when I made this like a year ago, like almost a year ago. I don't remember when we had Plucking Strings last, but I made everything for him. This is backstory, detailing his childhood and whatever. Should I read this? Maybe not. And then I have his characteristics over here, his personality traits, ideals, whatever. Oh, Dante is obsessed with control, not in the sense that he's a control freak over other people. Yeah, here I say it. I believe in control, not over others, but of things such as our own self, our deeds, and our power. I think that those who abuse their power and exploit others are not in complete control, but are consumed by lust and greed. I think that most people who want power often do not want to prepare for it. Also, I value life and the lives of others greatly, and will avoid having to take a life at all costs. There would have to be a great deal of sound reasoning for me to kill a person. However, if my life or the lives of those I care for are on the line, I will muster the resolve to slay my enemy. And yeah, and then Bond's flaws. His flaws are: I am obsessive, compulsive about the performance of certain tasks and activities. So anyway, yeah, I detailed a lot. This is my faction, the Harpers. These are the rankings, although this has not been updated. So this was in season 1 when Dante was still a watcher. But I believe now he is a bright candle. Yeah, I believe he's a bright candle now. Darfin is a wise owl, and then N and Arturo Maro are high harpers. Although Arturo is now inactive, and that's where he ends up in the Shadowfell and whatever. I hadn't realized that Linc is still in the Discord. I don't know if he hears any of this. Let me mute myself. And then here I make spell incantations for some of my spells. For Firebolt, although Dante never uses Firebolt anymore. Fire spring from my palm, burn until all is calm. Bolts of fire that I may send, I only wish this fight to end. So yeah, like I list down these spells. In season 1, I did a lot of them in English because I like rhyming. So for like mirror image, for example, he would say, "Come forth, I call on your attendance. Mirror images of my resemblance." I felt cool whenever I would mutter these incantations before casting the spells. But now I'm trying to include a little bit of Cebuano Bisaya in there. So now when I cast mirror image, I just say salamin, salamin. This one's not finished. Like I thought of like making, but anyway. For Shadow Blade, I say kangit-ngit paminawa ang ako ang kinahanglan. Pahulam sa imuhang dulum na kampilan. Karon pakiton nako akong mahika. Kini akong kaugalingong salamangka. Hey, pretty cool stuff. But yeah. Yeah, I used to write incantations for my spells, but I've been busy lately. And in season 2, with the new spells I've learned, I really didn't get a chance to write incantations for them anymore. And then back then I would prepare like what I would say to, like, even this the first time Dante would have met Darfin Floshin, who he would ask to become his mentor. This is what I prepared. "Sir Darfin Floshin, at last I have found you. My name is Dante Maro. Do you remember me? So long have I searched for you, so far have I traveled, and so much have I prepared for our meeting. And then he will look down for a moment, then look back up into his eyes and say, Sin reti nin kuil. Azo singar nin uireb hanad, which is Elvish. For you saved my life, and so you have my eternal gratitude. Got this from where's it? Elf Dict, as in dictionary, elfdict.com. And then he holds a closed fist onto his chest and takes a deep bow. While in the bow, he will say, I know I do not have the right to ask this of you, and you may not owe me any further consideration or kindness at all, but if you would allow it, I wish to be granted your mentorship. And that's when he asked Darfin to be his mentor. Yeah. I love magic, but on that night I feared it. This was when he was younger, and then Darfin had to save him. When you came to our rescue, you performed the most beautiful display of magic that I have ever seen. And in your movements, I saw that you were in complete control. Something my parents did not have. And had you not been there, I would have lost my family and my life. With narrowed brows and a determined face, he will say, I was not strong enough then, but now I want to be. Even though I fear magic now, I am still very much in love with it. So I decided that I will no longer continue my training, not without a proper teacher. And that, Sir Darfin, is why. There you go. That was what I prepared for Darfin. And yeah, this is the Tyrant progression. Like, I keep track of which spells I learned as I level up. And yeah, oh dude, I used to keep a journal for every session. Like at level 1, this is what happened. Oh jeez, like these are the entries. First entry, second entry, third entry. Man, I was so into it. Cause I had time, you know. During like middle part of the quarantine, the first year of quarantine. Crazy. Yeah, this was cool. I'll read to you some parts of my entries that were cool. Let me see. This was when he died. When he died, that's why he's looking away. Cause he ends up in Dwemer Heart, is like a realm in the Forgotten Realms lore. It's like the realm of Mistra and Azuth, I believe, and then he ends up in like he finds this like library where you know, just amazing books there, and then he reads a book. And he comes back from the dead, and then here, this is what he says, his first entry in his journal after coming back from the dead. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. I'm back in the material plane, but I feel as if somehow my soul, or part of it, is still in that library. But I can see and am certain that my body is not broken but intact. And more importantly, it is real, it is here. Is it not? He questions it as he looks at his hand. Oh, these figurines I made on HeroForge.com. Not sponsored. Then yeah, dude. And then because of his warlock abilities, his eyes blacken as he like gains like devil sight, I believe. So that's something he's able to do after over here, I believe. But the oddest thing happened while I was in the water. My eyes adjusted almost instantly, and I could perceive far and deep into the darkness. Was this Larlock's doing? What other unsolicited gifts have I yet to uncover? I am afraid, very afraid. I do not want to lose control. Oh man, can't believe I used to write this a lot. This was when he learned mirror image. More and more I am embracing the magic of the shadows. I've learned to call on mirror images of myself, They act swiftly and when required step into the strikes of my foes. Thus my defense has become quite considerable. More notably as well, and for a short time, I can gather darkness and constrain it into the form of a blade. With these new spells, the symphony of my blade song feels all the more refined. Dude, I used to write this a lot. I feel bad. I'm not. Ah, this was when he learned Blink. So Blink lets you temporarily visit the ethereal plane. Ah, it's so cool. Deeper into my studies I've fallen. There is a spell that allows one to visit the ethereal plane, vanishing from this realm of existence for but very brief and intermittent moments. I have learned this spell, and after my first successful attempt with it, I vomited. But what an experience it was to be in another plane. What other spells are out there in the world, Azuth? I swear to you and Mistra, I fucking love magic. Dude, yeah. And then I never got to update it after we started in season 2. It's just the pre-rebuild. Yeah, didn't get to do that. Hey Raf, Lincoln is doing laundry.
Okay, hi. How are you doing, Wayne?
I'm good. I'm finishing up my food.
Okay. I thought you were gonna finish. I already, yeah.
Oh no, like I took a break to chica with Lincoln, and then when Lincoln left, I talked to the camera.
Okay. Did Link tell you about we're planning to like maybe hang out on December? Payment.
I saw that the chat.
Yeah.
I will be leaving for Negros
Right.
in December 22. I'll put that in the chat.
Yeah. No, we're planning to hang out naman sa December 4 or 12 or something. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
My family and I will be going to Negros on December 22. And 4 or 5. So I think make it. All right. Hype for this. Why? Let me hang on.
Why what?
Hold on. Before we continue, Dante did everything you wanted to do during your downtime.
Yeah.
Let me Harper's get a tuning fork. I think I'm ready.
Okay. Rico's done as well. Okay. So then, with that in mind, let's continue on. So, guys meet up in Luskan. So Luskan has had a rough history with Neverwinter throughout the years. But you're not really from Neverwinter, so they allow you to pass through, although they're still very much like a very hostile to all outsiders kind of vibes as soon as you get in.
Okay.
But even if it's through like the portal, they're like, checking your stuff, making sure you're not the Neverwinter spy or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you go through all of those checks and stuff. You do get asked what's your business here though, so I'm wondering what you respond about.
We're going to the shop. No. um.
We're here to meet with a few companions of ours. We are seeking for information, and I'm hoping that they'd be able to give us information. So yeah.
Okay. Nothing about that is necessarily false, so they're like, alright then, don't cause any trouble,
Of
and they
course.
let you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alright, and you're asked to rendezvous in a tavern. I don't have a name for the tavern right now.
We will call it Resent and Remember. I don't know.
Resent and remember. I'll say that it's called the Captain's Flagon.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys go to the Captain's Flagon, and over there, the two of you remember a familiar face because, what do you call this? One of them is kind of like a hooded figure, but you remember the shape of the figure and also like the claws of like a goblinoid. So yeah, you kind of like it kind of like motions to you to come over here, and then next to him there's also what seems to be a lady knight who's wearing just clothes actually.
Oh,
The only indication that she's a knight is that she has the crest of a knight. So yeah. And yeah, they both beckon you to come sit down with them.
okay. We go over. I tell them, is it morning or afternoon? I'm like, good morning. If it's morning.
We'll say that it's evening at this point. Sure.
Good morning.
Good morning. I mean, good evening.
All right, and they say good evening as well. This is the woman speaking. I assume that you are the one Darfin asked us to meet with.
Yeah.
Then the little one pipes out, it's good to see a familiar face once again. And then he kind of looks up, and through that, the two of you see Wolf. Is the
Oh,
that goblinoid that you met in the very first session in season 1.
oh my
What?
God! Hi.
Yeah.
We haven't seen you in like 2 years.
Has it been 2?
Or
It's
a
been
year
1
and a
year.
half.
Yeah. And he says, well, it's been a while as well. I thought that our paths would cross again, and who would have thought that it would be now?
And no, wow. Amazing. How are you?
He says, well, you know, I've been busy killing some goblinoids and making things difficult for them. You know, protecting the realm and all that stuff you all talk about.
Great. Very good. And I asked the lady, good to see you as well, my lady. May I ask for your name, please?
And then she says, I am Lady Fiona.
Ah,
Yeah. She says that I came from a group of elves who came from the Neverwinter Wood.
oh, I see. Well, it's nice to meet you, Lady Fiona. I am Rico Bishop of the Red Temple, and yeah, we're both here to work for, do something for Darfin.
Well, we have our own agendas. It just so happens that Darfin knew some people who are heading to the Shadowfell as well.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Might I ask what business you have over there?
I just look at Dante like, go on.
Dante says, Uh, there is someone I know in the Shadowfell, and I wish to find them and bring them home. And what
Yeah.
might your
See.
business be?
We have similar goals then. Are we perhaps talking about the same person?
Let's both say his name at the count of 3. No.
Yeah, sure. Let's try it out. Okay, so 3, 2, 1.
Arturo Maro.
Oh.
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 What did he
Not
say?
exactly on the same page, but okay.
What did she say?
What did she say?
Alcaraz. I'll put it here.
Yes,
in
please.
lore.
That's
Fucking
so
strings.
hilarious.
Just realized though they're both starting with A, so
Is that the name of the Dark Knight?
if you converse with her long enough, then yeah, that would come to your conclusion.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a name, boys.
We have a name, boys.
Alcaraz.
I explained to them as well. I guess our goals are in a line then. And then I explained to Dante. I spoke with Dorothea before I met with you, and he alerted me to Alcaraz activities. He's been targeting Celestials and other agents of the gods over here. So yeah, I'm this is an extra task of mine. I hope to find this guy and his associates to stop them from hurting the other Celestials. If you are come.
If it is for the well-being of the realm, I will gladly help.
All right.
Indeed, and I shall help as well. If we can. And she pauses for a bit. I would like to bring Alcaraz back home alive.
I mean, may I ask why are you invested in bringing him back alive? I must say we have plenty of reasons to kill him on sight, but you'd explain why, then we could, reach an understanding perhaps.
And then she kind of like struggles to find the words on how to explain. But she basically just says in the end that, you see, Alcaraz is just a very troubled man. He used to be very devout too. Looks at you directly, Rico. The Red Knight.
Right.
But his history ever since your disappearance has not been very good.
How so?
Well, for starters, there was an orc horde that killed all of his family members in our homeland before in the Neverwinter Woods. Do you know of the Bright Steels? I mean, assuming Cinna was here, then, this conversation would be like this, but she'll say that.
Yes, I know of them.
Several hundred years ago, their family line were selling weapons to the highest purchasers, and it just so happened that the orcs were wealthy at the time, for they had raided a place and they cut the supply lines. After they did that, they invaded our home, and we were forced to watch as all of our members were killed. And if they weren't killed, they were forced to become part of the Horde.
Part of the Horde? How do you mean? As slaves or warriors?
As slaves, as concubines, as warriors, as cannon fodder, what have you.
See? And
We cut supply and we still contribute. Dude, come on. But anyways, yeah. So, that's what happened. So the Bright Steels kind of had like a hand to play in his village getting destroyed.
I see.
Mhm.
And what became of him? The so-called.
Well, I do not know exactly what happened, but one day Alcaraz was able to bring with him a horde of demons, and these demons, they attacked all of the orcs. They enslaved some of them. And in return, the rest of us, we all ran as far as we could in amidst the chaos. I was lucky to survive that day. Apart from that, I've only heard rumors that Alcaraz has been going around here and there throughout the centuries, killing celestials and allies of the gods as he's gone. But whenever somebody got close to apprehending him, he disappeared.
He has something on him that allows him to escape, and so I worry bringing him back home might be very hard to accomplish.
Lady Fiona, how did this Alcaraz get so powerful? Is he connected to anyone else who is providing him with such powerful magic items, or has he been secretly training with someone?
She says, unfortunately, that I do not know. What I do know is that he has clearly allied himself with demons.
Mm.
Master, I feel that is indeed possible.
And by bringing him back to the material plane and to your home, what do you hope to achieve in not killing him?
Yeah.
She says that, well, I hope that he will find redemption. I wish to make him get out of his darkness.
That I understand. I will help you in this endeavor.
I'm glad that you will help me, and I shall help you as well to find this Arturo Maro of yours.
And then we will be in each other's service.
Yeah.
Indeed. And she kind of like goes into detail about what she's capable of and her history with Alcaraz. So a couple of things you know. She was also like hateful towards the orcs and the bright steels and the red knight at some point in her life.
Mm.
But instead of going through Alcaraz's path, she decided that she'd swore an oath that she wouldn't tread that path.
Mm.
So, you know now that she's an Oath of Redemption paladin.
Mm.
And she serves, let's see here. She serves
A
under... well, yeah, a god. She serves under... what's his name again?
Form?
God man.
Thorm. Not god man either.
Here?
Carlon, yeah, Carlon Larathian.
Carlon.
Yeah.
I was close.
Almost there.
I just murmured like, damn it. Another stolen follower.
So yeah, like she's a follower of Carlon, and she says that I wish to bring him back from his dark state, and he looks at Rico and says, I hope that you can find it in yourself to forgive him when the time comes. For he used to be a devout follower of you. He rejected our god praise you.
But what he does now, he brings not just dishonor to me, but to Coralon as well with all his actions. I will help you bring him back so that he can atone, but I'm not sure if I can forgive him myself, especially after I saw him kill an angel right in front of us a few days ago.
Very well then. I'll do what I can, and you can do what you must, Sir Rico.
Okay. Is there anything you know about the people he associates with?
Let's see. Okay, I'll try doing an intelligence check with her. See how this goes. She's not too heavily intelligent though. No. She says, I know only what you know, that they are demons, and that there's likely some other person involved who's not a demon.
Okay. Well then. Um, Thinking of other questions to ask.
Yeah, and Elf kind of like chimes in and says, if you want to know why I'm coming, well, I have one last job I need to do, and it just so happens that you all are going there, so my chances of getting the job done are better with y'all.
Wait,
I've
what's
seen what
the
y'all can
job?
do.
What's the job?
Well, remember the first job we got to do together? It's more or
Yeah.
less the same thing, but it's an even bigger and badder hobgoblin.
Oh,
Is Orcus?
okay.
Is he gonna kill Orcus?
Dude, Arcus is not the hobgoblin.
Maybe he
looks
thinks
like
he's hobgoblin.
No, dude, he's not a dumbass.
He sounds like one.
Aw, you're discriminating against the little guy. Anyways, so,
Wayne is not Dante.
okay. So anyways, he says, yeah, if you don't mind having me again, we made a pretty great team that time in Brost.
Oh my god, we'd love to have you, you know. Yeah.
Alrighty then. I'm looking forward to it. But after this job, I'll probably not see you two ever again.
Why? Where are you going?
He plans to die.
let's just-
No, I'm kidding.
Let's just say I'll go back to where I belong. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Very vague answer, but okay.
Alrighty then, what are we waiting for?
Well, it's the evening. And
Are we going now? Should we go
Alright
now?
then. Fine, let's all take a rest before we go.
Yeah, I'm
yep.
not ready yet. I just need some time.
Alrighty.
We take a break. A long
sure.
rest.
I'll take a long rest. So, yeah, a couple of things, Raf. So you know that he used to be a devout follower of you, Alcaros.
Yeah.
And yeah, he went down a dark path, dude. So a lot of bad things happened in his life, basically, that kind of like led towards this. However, you do catch something that Fiona says that is making you think like, what? This can't be right. She says that he swears to himself and to Fiona before they kind of like separated ways before that the Red Knight like, you know, came back and kind of like turned his back on Alcaraz.
Wait, you're the Red Knight came back and turned her back on Alcaraz? That's what you said?
Yeah, she wasn't able to ask him more about that. Then like he basically told her that he has to like do something about this guy. He's going to get his revenge, that sort of thing.
That's what
And-
Althera said. Like the Red Knight turned back on him, and now he wants revenge.
Yep.
Dun dun.
Now I'm confused. Like that makes no sense. I wouldn't have been around there to do that.
Someone posed as you.
Oh,
Someone posed as you.
how dare they!
Yeah, as far as you know, like you don't remember being alive during that time. So
Yeah, it's like, tell me what year this happened, and he's like, 1460 DR. It's like I wasn't even there.
I wasn't even alive at the time.
What you
Yeah.
talking about?
What you talking about?
Yeah, that's basically what happened. So she doesn't know what to believe. Like whether you came back and that happened and then you just became Rico Bishop after a while. Or no, if she should believe your version of the story, which I believe you're going to let her know.
Yeah, I would let her know. Like, listen, I was dead, and then the other time I was like a little boy who knew nothing. So, yeah, this is a bamboozling situation.
A bamboozling situation. So yeah, she says that well then, in that case, maybe whoever is his master right now might have influenced him somehow.
Oh, now I'm mad. Someone impersonated me. Yeah.
Very well then. We better find out who is actually pulling the strings here.
Okay.
Well then, I'll see the two of you tomorrow then, yes?
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay. Alright, you all rest up. Next day arrives, you're all feeling refreshed.
Yeah.
And like the inn and the traveling money, like it's so inconsequential compared to the amount of money you have now, so don't worry about it.
Well,
Um,
okay. Dante's pretty
Yeah, it's
broke,
okay.
but okay.
It's okay, man, don't worry about it. So anyways, I'll get your stuff and you head towards the northeastern side of Flagon, towards the ruins where Darfin told you to go. Alright, and well, it's a pretty abandoned ruin, but you go inside and you notice that there are like some, what do you call this? There are some caskets here and there of people buried in
Mhm.
some of the rooms, yeah. But if you're trying to look for a treasure, you can't really find any. It seems like whoever went through here has rifled through all of the stuff here.
Okay.
Yeah. However, in the middle of the room, you do notice that there is a statue that's laid into a stone door, and this stone door is kind of like sandwiched between two big pillars and a wall. Like
Okay.
a wall on either side of the pillars stretching outwards.
Mhm.
Yeah. And based on what Darfin told you, the way to the Shadow Gate seems to be beyond this statue.
Oh.
So, yeah. At this point, any of you can roll a investigation or what do you call this, perception check to see what's up with this thing.
All the perception,
Investigation for my boy.
and I'll give myself guidance.
Ulf will be aiding Dante, and Fiona will be aiding Rico.
Nice. Thank you, milady.
Uy.
She says, "You're welcome, my lord."
Ulf helping was just distracting Dante.
Oh god. Okay, that didn't really help out. 15 though, that's not bad.
Yeah.
What did you roll, Raf?
11, 3, 14. That's artificial 20.
Okay, 20.
Nice.
So 20, you notice that there seems to be a square pattern, like a couple of clicks away from the statue.
Oh.
And yeah, in that square pattern, it looks as though like single light source that shines over the thing. It shines over the whole of the square. And basically, like, yeah, it seems to perfectly fit the square there. And then you don't really see where the light is coming from. It looks like it's coming from nowhere.
Wow.
There's
Yeah,
a square
and then-
hole.
No, it's a square indentation.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then there's
There's light coming from the indentation.
There's light that seems to be shining down on it, but
Oh.
you don't know where the source of that light is coming from.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Dante, a 15 for investigation. Okay, you investigate around, and you kind of like look for maybe some clues of some kind. So you start off with the statue. The statue, you notice that there seems to be some text over it.
I
And
read
you learned how to read and write Abyssal already, no?
Yesums.
Alright, so the Abyssal wording, it says very simply, I see nothing.
I see nothing.
You blind. Okay, that's what it says. I see nothing.
Yeah, that's all it says.
The statue, what the face of the statue, their eye is covered.
It looks like their eyes are just there. You know how like the Greek statues of philosophers, it just kind of looks like it's open eyes looking in the distance.
I hover up to the statue and cover the eyes.
Okay. You do that. Alpha and Fiona are looking at you. They're wondering, will it be that simple? Then like you try and cover it for a couple of seconds and nothing's happening.
Okay. And Dante just says, oftentimes the simplest answer is always the case, just not this time.
And they're like, indeed, let's try other scenarios, let's try other things. And then Fiona will try her luck. She'll kind of like blindfold it.
Yeah.
And like, that doesn't work either. And then, in
What
Alf's
about-
case,
What about we all close our eyes and we all see nothing? You know? Let's close our eyes together, no peeking.
Oh my god.
okay, sure. So all of you collectively close your eyes.
Sure, Dante's the last
you
one to
kind
do
of
that
like-
because he's paranoid.
Alright, so you all close your eyes and everyone's confirming, are your eyes closed? Yes, my eyes are closed.
We get Rob
then-
blind right there, and then
Open our eyes.
Nothing happens. Hey, I hope y'all like this puzzle.
I see nothing.
I try to see where the statue is looking at.
Okay, you try to look at where the statue is looking at. It's really difficult to tell. It just kind of looks like it's looking forward.
Can the statue, the base of the statue, be moved around or turned around?
No, because it's not on a base per se. It's kind of like inlaid on a square-looking door, a square-looking stone door. Meaning like it's hanging out from it. Know what I mean?
Are there any square-shaped slabs on the ground or anywhere that can fit in the square indentation on the door? Where the light
Some
is
kind
shining
of-
on the...
Okay, so you mean like some kind of square object around the pit, around the tube?
Yeah.
You don't really see any square objects around the tube. It just kind of looks like rocks and dusts. And like maybe there are a couple of stone squares here and there, but they're nowhere near as large as the thing.
Hmm.
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 Hmm. So,
Can
okay.
can
How
Dante
about
make an intelligence check?
I mean, you can try other things. Like you've learned what you could possibly learn, is what I'm saying. But you can
Oh,
experiment things.
got it.
Yeah.
what if we let's see nothing. Uh
I see nothing.
hmm,
Let me visualize it again, huh? So there's a large wall, and there, in between the wall, there are two pillars that has a door in the middle. Yeah,
Mm.
and
Yeah, and the statue is inlaid where that door is.
okay. Are you still on the owlbear link? Can I try to draw it?
Okay, hold on. Let me make a new owlbear
Okay.
because I also have a map for that. In
oh
case you're
good.
gonna fight anything here somehow. Anyways, hold on. New owlbear link. Sending it in conversations. To upload the map first. Here we go. Are you guys going into the link?
I am.
I am.
Alright.
Wait, where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay.
Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Ooh. Ah.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, so imagine that this is the statue. I mean,
This one.
it's a coffin, but for the sake of, you know. And then this is kind of like the two pillars that sandwich it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What are these? Are stairs going up, or these
Yeah.
don't exist?
Those are stairs going up, yeah.
There's a terrace.
Mhm.
We can enter this area.
You're already here, by the way, in the right side room.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, so where was the puzzle thing?
Where was the statue?
The statue is here on the right side,
Okay.
the rightmost room.
Oh.
Where? Like
So
in.
like wait,
Is this room open already?
here?
That room is open.
I'm gonna
It's
Okay.
put
just
my
the room
token.
that you're
Where's my token? Where would Dante be?
about here, I guess.
Okay.
There you go.
These things exist.
Yeah, although they're pillars, and this one is the statue, the one in the middle, that's like a coffin.
And
And
then
then
the
this one, this is where where the indention is.
Yeah, where that square indention is.
Okay.
And then on the statue, they have a writing on it. Where's the writing? On a.
The writing seems to be like on the side of the wall.
I
It was really
see.
hard to notice that, yeah.
I see nothing.
see
Is there no other writing anywhere else?
Other writing anywhere.
I have an idea. The light that's coming inside this room, you said it came from it. Where it came from? Nowhere.
It seems like it's coming from nowhere, yeah.
Is there like a point of? Dante looks at Bishop and says, "Could you cast that darkness spell over this area?"
Okay. I'll do that. And I cast darkness.
Right? You cast darkness over the entire square, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. You cast darkness over the square, and Ulf and Fiona think, oh, that's a good idea, but it can't be that easy, can it? Then finish casting the spell, the darkness completely covers the square and there's no light.
Ooh.
Then, a few seconds after the stone door in the middle, the statue starts to move from center going to its left side where the writing was.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah. Earth rumbles and shit.
Yeah.
It rumbles and shit.
Yeah.
Congratulations on solving a simple puzzle,
Woo.
you guys. I didn't know how long that was gonna take, but nice. Good job.
Yeah.
Alright,
GG.
so, GG, well played. Alright, so you guys enter.
Yeah.
Alright, so you, Fiona, Ulf, and Dante, you all go in. And like a couple of seconds after coming in, the door closes as it does. Then you see before you is a big ass shadow gate. It looks to be like 50 feet wide.
Whoa.
Yeah. It looks almost as big as the room that you just came from.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then on the other side of it, you see your world, but it's cast in. It looks like anti-colored. It's white and it's black and it's the colors of anti-color. I think there was like purple and stuff like that.
Like
Hmm.
monochrome. It's monochrome.
With purple hues.
With some purple hues. Like that's what anti-color looks like. It's really hard to describe. But that's what it looks like. And yeah. You see that on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Fiona and Ulf say, well then, we better be ready for anything when we get to the other side. So she starts to cast some buffs on herself, and Ulf unfortunately doesn't have spellcasting. Or no, wait, he does, but nothing that will be helpful for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
Got
did
it.
she cast on us?
On herself.
For herself and Ulf, and I guess one other person, she would be casting Aid.
Aid.
Yeah.
How long does that last, Gani?
8 hours.
8 hours.
8
Is it?
hours.
Yeah. And then she, right before stepping in, will be casting Heroism, just in case something tries to frighten y'all. She can only target one person though, so she'll just target herself.
Okay.
Boy, ooh, that's a nice looking gate you found.
Oh. It's
Mm.
So sinister.
the Shadow Mirror world.
The Shadow Dimension.
Shadow.
Alright. So, are y'all ready to head in there?
Yes,
Okay.
we gonna die.
Whatever buffs you wanted to cast on yourself are also cast if you want to, especially the longer lasting ones.
Yeah, Dante doesn't have anything that lasts a while, so he's not gonna be casting anything.
Alrighty. In
Oh,
your case, Rico?
I'll cast, let's see. I'll cast my, No, are we seeing monsters on the other side of the gate?
Yeah, no, you don't see any monsters on the other side. It just looks like the place where you are, but it's cast in a different light.
I see. I won't cast anything yet. I'll just, be chill.
Be chill. Alright, sure. Okay, so you all, with your breath being held, you go through to the other side.
As we walk across, Dante tells the group that let us pretend that we actually belong in the Shadowfell, lest if anyone were to discover that we are from the material plane, they might consider us enemies. So
Wolf just says that that's gonna be a hard sell, Dante. For everyone can tell easily that you're not from here.
okay, I mean, I feel like Dante can blend in better than the rest, but okay.
He kind of like understands that you think that way, but he says, "Trust me, they'll know right away.
Okay.
You look too colorful." And he's saying that despite the fact that you're all black. Dude.
Yeah.
Like you're just wearing all black.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, he just says, however, worried about everybody in Evernight being our enemy. It's not the case. They're just a mirror. They're just a mirror of the people in material plane.
Yeah, they're evil
Probably
versions.
gonna be assholes. The others might be alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright then. Let's get the show on the road. Alright. So do you all go through and
Yep.
Yeah, it feels like a teleportation circle spell, the feeling of like transporting, but the gravity feels so much heavier
Ooh.
as you're entering through this plane. And as soon as you enter this plane, you feel like a sense of dread and a sense of like melancholy as you enter. Yeah. So, welcome to the Shadowfell, everyone.
We are in the
We're now in the Shadowfell, and in this side of the plane, or in this side of the universe, like everything looks more sinister, everything looks more evil has like an evil or melancholic vibe to it.
Mm.
Where the stones in the tomb that you were from in the material plane, this one looks like cracked stones. Some of it are jagged edges, like for example the statue, it looked like it was smooth stone, but this version of the statue looks like it's got spikes coming out of it from all directions.
Mm.
It just looks like a very hostile environment.
Yeah.
I just sarcastically say like depression is in the air.
Depression is indeed in the air. Lady Fiona says, let's stay close, everyone. Let's get the hell out of here and find a place where we can safely do what we need to do to get out of here and get to Evernight.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, what's the plan, everybody?
We
Let's
we head to Evernight, but avoiding the Luskan equivalent.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
you'll be like just what do you call this? You'll be walking? I'll have horses, by the way.
Oh, I can summon a few horses from my robe of useful things.
Yeah, then there you go. You have some horses.
All right.
Can
Cool.
only summon 2 horses though, so we'll be sharing.
Share. I'll be with Ulf.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, Lady Fiona and Rico, and then Ulf and Dante. Got it. Alright. So you
And
guys trot along the path. And sure. At this point, like en route, you do manage to get past the Luskan like area. You kind of like just make a long path along it. But beyond that, it's just barren wastelands, and occasionally you'll be seeing dead trees on the sides.
Mm.
And as you go along, it gets harder and harder to see. And then eventually, like along the way, there's a mist in the distance that you see.
oh my god.
Yeah, which gives Rico immediately some panic attacks.
Avoid the mist.
avoid the mist. Yeah, so you try to avoid the mist. It does kind of make your path a little bit longer, but anything to avoid that shit again.
Yeah, we don't want to go to Barovia or anything.
Alright. There's a complication though. You see in the distance, although very faintly you see it, it's very dark.
What
seems-
about my devil's sight? Am I able to see it with devil's sight?
I think it's a bit too far for your devil sight. Then, yeah, like you kind of notice that there seems to be a light that you can see, and it's like some kind of blue emanating light. It kind of looks like this, which I'll put in conversations. Hold on real quick. This is actually where we're going to end the session, because this is what you see, and depending on whether you know it or not, well, it's a different reaction.
It's Casper, the friendly ghost.
It's Casper!
Oh.
Oh my god, Casper, it's Casper.
It's Casper.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see that thing, and as the picture, like, you know, demonstrates, it looks like it's walking towards you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's where we'll end the session.
Okay, can it not walk towards us? Just go
Casper,
away.
no.
Casper, no. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so in the next session, I'm hoping that that at least Cinnabar and Fenrir will be around. I have something planned for them. Yeah, hopefully everyone can join. That'd be even better. Alrighty.
Scary.
It's already 2:30, so like, yeah, I need to cut it here.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll reach the Shadowfell. You have 2 companions with you now.
Yeah.
They all seem to have their own mission, but their interests align with you right now.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, man.
And here's Casper. He's gonna be like, I wanna help. It's like, great.
I wanna help.
I don't think it's Casper, but okay. Alright, GG.
GG, well played, everybody. Okay. Alright, I'm looking forward to next session. I think a lot of really cool things are gonna happen. A lot of really cool things happen now, too. You got to deal with the Mythalar problem.
Yeah.
You have some new allies. You kind of get Alcaraz, the Dark Knight's whole deal with you right now.
Yeah. Now we know what the hell his problem is.
Yeah, boy. Alright. And, you're not sure whether the shadowy figure that's taking control over, or like who seems to be manipulating Alcaraz, is your grandfather or just someone completely unrelated.
It's Orcus. It's totally Orcus.
So we'll find out next time, maybe.
You know how you named, like, we named the Dreadlord that killed Red Knight like Cornelius, right? But if you rearrange the letters of Cornelius, it says Orcus Line. You know, it all leads to him.
Orcus, wait, are you serious about that?
I'm not joking, right? Like, look up. I wrote there Cornelius, and then if you rearrange the letters, it says Orcus Line.
This is one of those times where I don't want the coincidence to be true. It's too much.
Orcus line? What's the line?
It's a line that leads to Orcus.
God damn it, dude.
Okay.
Alright. I mean, you can end the session there now, if ever.
Okay, and we'll chica a bit.
Bye.
Sige.
Bye, viewers.
Bye.
Viewers.
Okay, that is it. That is Plucking Strings episode 6, I believe. So we have 3 sessions left, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Looking forward to what things happen here in the Shadowfell. That is it. Bye-bye. I'm not sure I want to say bye-bye while that yes, okay, that Dante. Okay, bye-bye.